I think people being held back by motivation, by not doing things because of motivation, is got to be one of the most common issues, one of the most common reasons for not accomplishing things, for people not living the life that they actually want to live. In our culture, a lot of people don't do the things they actually want to do, live the life they actually want to live because they're waiting to figure out how to culminate the right amount of motivation to be able to just receive that motivation. And the fix for this, the fix to be able to actually live the life that you want, regardless of your motivation, not being a victim to the lack of motivation, is really simple. As somebody that did band for 2 weeks, as somebody that did wrestling for 3 weeks, as somebody that stopped doing basketball halfway through the season, as somebody that did outdoor track for one day, I used to be the person that was just blown to and fro. I didn't know how to commit to anything. I didn't know how to actually act on something. I didn't know how to really perform on anything because of this lack of direction and this lack of motivation. 3 simple, very simple steps to completely change your life. Never be held back by motivation again. And these are the 3 main things I use to completely change my relationship with motivation. This is the first time watching me. My name is Sam Hardy. I'm a very young man that has completely changed my life through fitness, a healthy lifestyle, and mental and spiritual transformations. I've been able to thrive in a modern world that I truly think is really difficult to do so. And my mission is to help as many people as well thrive. The first thing that absolutely completely changed my relationship with motivation and just changed the way I operate my life is forget motivation. This is how to accomplish things without ever being held back by motivation. And the first thing to do is to completely change the way you look at motivation. One of the biggest misconceptions is that motivation is a stable resource, a stable tool, a foundation that you build everything on top of. That's completely false. Motivation comes and goes like the wind. The thing is that you can't really control motivation. You can't harness motivation. You could do things to influence motivation, but acting in a way to get motivation, that being your primary focus, is the biggest cause of all this struggle, is that you're searching for motivation. You're looking for that being the answer. Acting and relying on motivation is completely missing the point of anything. The whole point of anything is to become the person, to live the life, to really be the man that does what they want to do. No matter how much you love anything, no matter how much you care about something, you're never going to every day feel motivated. You're never going to be able to consistently feel motivated to do whatever it is. It's so crucial to no longer care about motivation in the same way. When motivation comes, it's awesome and you can absolutely use it. No longer seek motivation, because the important part is to become the person, the disciplined person, and just the person that lives and does whatever your desired goals are, whatever your desired actions are. And people freeze and they quit and they don't do things because they're looking for motivation. How many times have you ever heard somebody say, "Oh, I've lost the motivation," or "I don't have the motivation to really get it started"? That is the first fundamental issue. Second thing, and I think this is so underrated, is that you actually need to find out what you actually want. There's a ton of things in the world that I would be like, yeah, that would be really cool to do. Like I would do it if I could press a button and automatically become good at it. I've gotten hints of motivation to write books. I've gotten hints of motivation to run marathons. I've gotten hints of motivation to do a ton of different things. That doesn't mean that I truly want it though. And I think the biggest reason that people struggle to actually do things and they feel held back is because they don't actually want to do them. And the biggest cause for this issue, the biggest cause for indecision of what we actually want, not even knowing what we want, not knowing that part of ourselves, is abuse of social media. You see all these really cool things. You see all these really cool perspectives, all this unnatural stimulation. You get motivated to do these things. You get motivated to do this. You saw a cool video of that, cool perspective here, cool perspective there. And that's a big problem because you're not actually thinking about what you truly want. You haven't actually thought about what do you truly want. Most people have no clue what they actually want because most people are just scrolling here, watching this, watching that, listen to this guy, listen to that guy. You have to genuinely sit down alone, have some solitude, and think about what do you actually want. It's a backstory on me. I talked about previously in the intro, I've done in the past so many things, just going from this to that to this to that, based off motivation, based off just the feeling part, not true depth thought, not really giving it some intent, like not intentionally thinking about what do I truly want. And because of that, I did this and did that for about 2 seconds, and I didn't actually commit to anything. And that's part of the issue, is that I didn't actually want to commit to those things. In 10th grade of high school, over the summer, all my friends, or a lot of my friends that do wrestling, that did wrestling, they wanted me to wrestle as well. They wanted me to join the wrestling team, do all that stuff. I didn't think I wanted to do wrestling at the time. So I was like, nah, I mean, it looks cool, but it's not for me. And I decided to go to one practice. I was like, it's over the summer. It was over the summer. I had no commitment to it. I didn't have to sign anything. They just wanted me to come practice, get a feel for it. And I was like, okay, that sounds fun. And wrestling looks decently fun. So I went. And when I got there, we did the practice, and I still felt about the same way about it. I didn't really care for it. It was cool. I respected people that did it. Did I truly want to do it? Probably not. And while I was there, my friend showed me some TikToks of wrestling. My friend showed me these videos of wrestling, the stuff that inspires him. And after watching that, I told people I was going to do wrestling. These videos that I watched were really cool, and they were like very dopaminergic. They gave me this inspiration, this motivation, that feeling, that dopamine. And I told everybody, yeah, I'm going to wrestle. I want to wrestle. All of a sudden, I wanted to wrestle. And so I told everybody, yeah, I'm a wrestler. I'm a varsity wrestler, And then, so I keep going to these summer practices, and then I start watching these videos. I start watching these TikToks. I start stimulating my brain with this garbage. And I sign up for wrestling. I'm ready to be the bad dude. I'm just thinking about some cool videos, some cool suplex I saw online. And I actually start the season, and I realize, oh my God, I do not want to do this. It's not my passion. I still respect it, but it's not what I want to do. I literally let these videos, this motivation, control me. I signed up for this. I bought these shoes. I bought that. And I told everybody I'm going to wrestle. And then I did it for 2 weeks, practices. And I said, yep, I absolutely hate this. Or I absolutely hated being committed to it. And I left. And that made me feel like, man, why can I not commit to anything? My motivation, I'm struggling with motivation. And I thought the problem was that I lost the motivation to wrestle. That's not the issue. The real issue was that I never truly cared about it in the first place. So you need to find what you actually want. You need to cut back, way back on social media. Everybody could cut back on social media just for your mental health's sake, but especially for this, cut back on social media and really take time in the day to do nothing. Just sit down alone, no stimulation, no phone, and truly think about what you want. What gives you passion when you have no stimulation? That is what you truly love. That is your true passion. Those are the things that you should truly go after. And the third and final thing is that you need a specific plan. You need to actually create the lifestyle. Even if you love something, if you're truly passionate about it, if you're trying to create it as a new habit, you haven't lived that lifestyle yet, you haven't done those actions yet. If you don't have a specific plan, it's going to be pretty hard to actually follow through on it, just because it's hard to change your behavior in any situation. And so if you don't have something specifically to follow, to specifically expose yourself to specifically aim for, to do the daily actions, it's going to be super difficult to really live that lifestyle, to really become that person, or it's going to take far longer than it should. And the best way to do that is to get one of these. Get a journal, start journaling. Be one of the best decisions you ever make in just general in your life. The journal for me has been such a game changer when it comes to, okay, how do I really want to execute my day? What do I want to do in my day? You can't remember everything. That's what I used to try to do. I used to just try to remember everything I wanted to do. And then stuff happens where you're like, oh shoot, I forgot about that. And then you wind up forgetting about the stuff you thought about you wanted to do. Get a journal and create your specific plans. Write. Just continue to write, even if you haven't gotten there yet with specificity and the ideas aren't quite coming to you. Just start writing, and eventually they will start coming to you. Just like a muscle, like anything else, to think of good ideas, to write down good ideas. And whatever your desired goal is, whatever you truly feel passionate about, that you want to accomplish, that in the past maybe motivation has completely blocked you from doing so, write down your specific plan, like in full detail. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? How do you want to do it? How are you going to create it in your daily life? What actions are required? What are the amount of actions required to get whatever result I want? And then how do I fit that into my daily life? You get the specific things to follow. So you genuinely every day, okay, I want to do this. And then, so now there's no reason to forget, and you have something genuinely to follow. And you take that plan and you break that again into daily actions, because living the lifestyle, becoming the person, is what beats motivation 100 times out of 100. This is how you wind up truly falling in love and truly doing what you want. Whatever you want to do, you adjust your lifestyle to do it. And you truly want to do it because you've actually thought about it. You've actually written about it. Also think about what you actually want. Use your journal to help you figure that out as well. When I first started going to the gym, I was super inconsistent. I knew that it was something I truly wanted. I used to think about it all the time. I truly cared about it. But I didn't have any specific plan. I had no plan to follow, like a weekly plan to follow. I didn't have any of that. And so I was inconsistent, because I would come in the gym and then I'd be like, do I do this? Do I do that? Do I feel like doing that? And that's where all the gaps start. That's where your whole plan just falls apart, because you don't have one really. And then the summer after my 9th grade year of high school, that was the biggest turning point in my life. I had a specific plan. It got to a point where, school was over and it gave me some clarity. I was like, look, I really want to do this. If I'm going to do it, I need a plan to follow. I can't just walk in the gym and be like, I'll do that. I don't feel sore. And from 9th grade to this point, and for the rest of the time that I'm able to walk and move around, I'm going to work out. I love it. It's one of my biggest passions. And that all started because of the specific plan, and then taking that specific plan and then putting it into the daily lifestyle. What am I doing today? The key is just to keep it simple. Forget motivation. Forget about the feelings. While they come, absolutely use them. They're awesome. But don't go searching for it. Don't go relying on it, and don't really focus on it that much. Because when you start to do the lifestyle that you truly love, when you're actually disciplined, you begin to develop a love for it that motivation can't even compare to. Cut out the distractions, cut out the bull from online social media. Truly think about, what do you really want? And then live that lifestyle. Become the person that you really can become, because you really can become anything. But most people really are just too distracted and don't even know what they want. Just understand, this is the lifestyle I want. And then this is the work that's required, that specific plan. And you will perform so much better than anybody that relies on motivation, whether they want to feel like it that day. And you'll be able to do truly whatever you want to do. That's all I got for today. Thank you very much for watching the video. It was an absolute pleasure. If you guys are interested in getting into the best shape of your life, being as healthy as you can as well simultaneously, being your best physically, I'm going to leave a link in the description to my fitness coaching, a video describing my fitness coaching. So if you're interested in that, go check it out. But besides that, have an absolutely blessed day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.